Good morning, everybody. Now, in Romania, freedom and democracy is under attack from the globalist cabal. The front runner to win the Romanian presidential elections was Calin Georgescu. He won the first round of the scheduled elections, which were held on the 24th of November 2024, with 23% of the vote. That was unexpected, but he was projected to win the second round runoff by a huge majority. The second place candidate didn't stand a chance. That was due to happen on the 8th of December. But on the 6th of December, 2 days before that runoff second round was due to take place, the Romanian Constitutional Court, a cabal of 9 unelected judges, decided that they were going to cancel the elections by annulling the result of the first round. So his win in the original scheduled first round was annulled, and they said that they were going to call and hold new elections later on, 6 months later. They were scheduled, and they are scheduled for May 2025. Now, of course, this was absolutely tyrannical. This made Romania into having the status of a banana republic. You don't expect this to happen in Europe or North America in the West, but this is what's happening because Europe is now becoming increasingly backward and anti-democratic. And of course, this is all because of the globalist cabal that occupies the EU and NATO, that interestingly both are headquartered in Brussels. So new elections were scheduled for May, but just before candidates were due to submit their paperwork, Calin Georgescu was arrested by Romanian police on the 26th of February on trumped up charges. And the charges were incitement to actions against the constitutional order. Well, this sounds like some rubbish that the Bolsheviks used to make up in the early days of the Soviet Union when you didn't actually know what the law was, but they'd say, oh, you had insulted the nation and the Soviet or something. This is exactly the same kind of thing. It's absolute nonsense to arrest someone who is popular, who would win a free and fair and open democratic vote. So this is blatantly and brazenly anti-democratic things happening in Romania. Well, he was freed, I think, after a short amount of time because of huge protests by his supporters and just generally supporters of real freedom and real democracy coming out on the streets to support him. Because, of course, the people should have a choice of who they vote for in a democracy. The front runner should not be arrested and barred from competing in the elections. So Calin Georgescu then submitted papers for his candidacy. I think you have to have a huge number of signatures, over 300,000, something like that, to be able to stand in the election. I mean, that's about 2% of the entire country, I think. So you have to work really hard to do that. I know what it's like to get a load of signatures. It's not easy. So obviously he's got lots of popular support, and he managed to do it. He submitted his candidacy on the 7th of March. Then on the 9th of March, the Central Electoral Bureau of Romania rejected his candidacy by 10 votes to 4. So I don't know who these 10 people out of the 14 were who decided that they can just reject the front runner's candidacy for the election, who's likely to win. But these, again, are unelected bureaucrats that are acting on behalf of the globalist cabal. They need to be gone. They've got no right to do this. If the society was running freely and fairly, they would argue that they've got the right. But you know, these people need to be careful because in Romania, if you go against freedom and democracy, you end up getting Ceausescu'd. I'm not advocating for that, but I'm just saying that's what might happen. On the 10th of March, then the day after Calin Georgescu appealed to the Constitutional Court to overturn this ban on the basis that it's illegal and unfair. The next day, the 11th of March, they came back and they upheld the ban and barred him from running in the next elections, which were rescheduled 6 months after when they were due to take place, all on the basis that there were some TikTok accounts that promoted him that they said were being run by the Kremlin. There's no evidence for this. This is all just made up. And so what if some people from TikTok on TikTok are supporting a political candidate? I mean, as though that's going to swing the thing when these people, the establishment cabal, have got control of all of the mainstream media, television stations, broadcasts, and newspapers. I mean, that's way, way more undue influence than a few people making TikTok videos to support him. You know, obviously TikTok is popular among the young people, but they're absolutely terrified that they're losing their grip on power, which they are, because people are rising up and they don't want the globalist cabal in charge in Europe or in North America or the West anymore. They need to be gone and they need to be got rid of. And of course, one of the big things that they are planning is to build this huge new NATO airbase in eastern Romania, just 20 kilometers from the Black Sea and very, very close to the Ukrainian border, just 300 kilometers from Odessa and 400 kilometers from Sevastopol in Russia. And they want to complete the construction of this NATO airbase because these people in NATO and the EU, and also shamefully in the UK, where I live, want to keep the Ukraine war going. They want to push Russia back to Rostov-on-Don, basically, and retake over Kherson, Zaporozhye, Donetsk, Luhansk, and the Crimea, and exploit its resources, its minerals, its rare earth metals, its oil and gas, and farmland and agricultural produce for the benefits of hedge funds and military industrial contractors who operate out of the USA, the EU, the UK, and so on. They don't care one jot about the Ukrainian people, well, the Romanian people as well, because they are having their democracy trashed and destroyed by these people. And these constitutional court judges, again, are acting completely against the constitution of the country. They shouldn't interfere with democracy and allowing the people to vote in as president who they want to vote in as president. I think the people of Romania have had enough of globalism. They've had enough of war. They've had enough of NATO becoming an aggressive, expansionary danger to peace and safety rather than what it was in the 70s and 80s, which was a guarantor of peace. It's flipped and inverted now. People see through this and they don't want it. And they want a president in Romania who's going to put Romania first and build up the prosperity of the people in Romania. And if that means seeking peace with Russia, then that's what needs to happen. It's what needs to happen everywhere. But of course, the globalists don't like that. And really, this is what it's all about. And yes, it's a terrible, terrible situation that this has happened. And the globalists have, for a time anyway, stopped the right person, the person who's on the side of the people who would be president, from standing to be in the presidential elections in Romania. We will see what happens. But I really think that the people are going to rise up and do something about this. And I wish them all the best as they seek to restore freedom and democracy from the cabal and do what they can to remove the cabal from the nation of Romania. Thanks for listening, everybody. God bless Romania. God bless the people there. God bless Calin Georgescu and you as well who are listening. Thank you.